What up, you lab rats? This is episode number 59, and today we're talking about primal branding. Stay tuned. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the Lab Rat Dailies show, the in-between show of the main show. Kevin and I on Wednesdays on the Get in Lab podcast. The Get in Lab podcast had a baby. It would be the Lab Rat Dailies. So welcome. Every day has a theme. Today's theme on Sunday is Cozy Sunday. Cozy Sunday. So on Cozy Sunday, I like to take books that I'm reading and disseminate and learn and read to you guys interesting things, useful things for you as content creators, okay, so you can create better content. And primal branding was suggested to me by Tim Schmoyer of Video Creators, and he already broke it down, everything. You don't have to listen to this podcast, but if you want to hear it from me and what I kind of get from it, then please welcome. He already broke it down. This book, it's basically got 7 major themes that contribute to successful brands online. If you don't know, if you're watching this right now, are a brand. Okay, if you have a social media account, you are a brand. In order to make that brand become something like Oprah or Nike or Apple or Google, there are 7 essential things, puzzle pieces of the puzzle that make it essential, that make it so, okay? And we're going to break all of those down here on Cozy Sunday. The first one that he talks about is, I forgot. The first one that he talks about is the creation story, right? Where do you come from? All brands have a story that attaches you to it somehow, right? That you kind of have a belief system about this brand. Another way to look at it is that brands are like subcultures, okay? So if I buy all the Apple products, it's because I believe a certain something about owning and operating on Mac products. It's a sort of subset. It's outside the PC world. It's outside the norm. It's outside of corporate. That kind of thing kind of runs through my mind when I think about Apple. I think about efficiency. I think about sleek design. I think about simplicity. I think about modern. I think about not getting the blue screen of death. There's all these kinds of images that kind of come up that I tell myself a certain story that makes me attached. I am attached to Apple and Mac products, right? And so we're going to figure out how we can do that with your brand, with my brand here on Cozy Sunday, okay? So the first part is the creation story. The creation story. So we all have to come from somewhere, right? We all have to come from somewhere. Maybe you don't know the creation story of Mac or of Google and stuff like that, but you know that you kind of have a vague representation in your mind of where they come from. Okay, so let's talk about the creation story. Okay, in this book that Patrick Hanlon writes about, the creation story is just explaining the who and the why. Who is behind this brand and why are they doing what they're doing? Okay, it's very simple. It doesn't go really beyond that. It is the who and the why. And so why don't we pop open the book and give you a straight from the book kind of passage. Who the founder of any nation or organization was and why they started it is important for people to know, okay? It is the beginning of understanding, right? You always need to know the beginning. It is the first step to believing and belonging. And so in order to really truly identify with a brand, you should know where they come from. And when you know where they come from, you can go, oh yeah, I started there too. I was, like fans of Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z comes from the hard knocks, right? Or something like that, like Harlem, New York, rough, selling coke on the street, whatever his origin story. I'm not the biggest fan of Jay-Z, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not even the biggest fan of Jay-Z, and I know his origin story. So that is the power of his brand. If you can do that for your brand, you got something special, okay? So brands that have a, you know, the creation story, you need to kind of set that in place, kind of have that story in your back pocket and have that ready for people. This is a heat pad, by the way, okay? Just to let you know. It's that time. Okay, so I have a heat pad. Let's get into another facet of the creation story, which is there's some sort of struggle. There's some sort of mythic quest that he talks about, you know. So for Bill Gates, it was trying to figure out how to get this big ass computer into a personal size thingy, and it took him like so many tries in, you know, the in his parents' garage or whatever that story is, or something. Or maybe that was Apple. I don't know. There's some sort of struggle, right? There's some sort of mythic quest, you know, in order to be the best. There must be, you know, in Disney's movies, it would be the "I Want" song, you know. So for you guys, when you're thinking about your origin story, because we all come from somewhere, and there are a lot of things and facets that contribute to our life. And my problem was, when I thought about this and relating it back to my brand, I thought, well, there are a lot of things that contributed to why I'm here. How do I make that kind of concise and palatable, consumable for people to understand my origin story as I keep that story in my back pocket ready to give out in a cocktail speak, or even in a speech or a talk or whatever. I should have some sort of go-to story that I can either expand upon or compress where it needs to be. And so when I think about that, and I think about all the struggles that I went through, I can really boil it down to a certain relationship, a certain new relationship, a certain couple of number of books, a certain job, a certain quitting of a job, and then that's probably it. I could probably chalk it down to that. And so I would invite you guys to think about all the struggles in your life and kind of like compress, refine, process all of those things so that you can formulate your own creation story. Okay, so I'm going to share with you guys, you know, I went through this kind of little exercise that he doesn't like move you to go through it, but you just do because you read it and you go, okay, so what's my creation story? So my creation story is, and I thought about some things, and growing up without a voice, because I was timid and my parents were very protective of me, and so I didn't know how to even speak. I didn't know how to speak. And so I entered into a relationship where that mirrored my kind of upbringing, and it mirrored being suppressed and repressed. And I entered in that kind of relationship, and that in turn is where I hit kind of my rock bottoms. I had very many rock bottoms. And so it was like rock bottom, okay, that's worse than that. Okay, this is worse than that. And it was good, actually, because I experienced all of that at a very young age to realize and make a switch in my brain to figure out I can make my life different than what it has been. And so that begun this sort of meta self-awareness to try to create within me my own change within myself so that I could make the life that I really wanted, and to ask for the life that I wanted. And then that in turn reflected in a new relationship with Kevin, and and then that in turn created a means for me to actually find a life that I want and find purpose in my life to help people like you. And so that is basically my struggle story. Can get very detailed from that, but you guys know it already. This is really just to highlight this book and its first sort of piece of the puzzle, which is realizing that brands are a means of belonging to something. And as humans, we have this, you know, primitive, natural, genetic DNA in our DNA to want to belong to something. Okay, that's why we're incredibly helpless when we're born, because we have mothers that tend to that, right, or should. So humans in general on a global scale, on a primeval, DNA scale, we need somewhere to belong to. And that's what brands do. They give us a place to belong. And so if you can create that, and if you understand that your brand is a means, has a potential for somebody to belong to, and we're going to get into that, down the road, but you can already kind of see that, if I create a brand where people can ride along with me and take the journey with me on this brand, which is, X, Y, and Z, whatever your theme is, whatever your goals or whatever your mission is, it can become very, very powerful. And so that is the beauty of, what I do and what I love to do, because that right there, that statement right there, where you can bring people along with you and they can join you in whatever cause that you're fighting for in your mythic quest, there's incredible power in that. You can change the world with that. You can change the world with your brand, basically. Okay, and so this is going to be really exciting, guys. I'm really pumped to get into this book some more with you. Think about your creation story. Think about the struggles that you went through, kind of align them up, put them together, take away the ones that are just boo-hoo, find the ones that really created a transformation in for yourself. If you're going through it right now, then pay attention. The creation story is the who and the why. Why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you creating content? Why are you watching this video, right? Why am I creating this video? I have a long story. But I'm really excited, guys. There's 6 more things that we're going to go through. The second one, very exciting, is the creed. Okay, the second one is the creed. Third is icons, rituals, pagans, sacred words, leader, and all together they create a sort of system, right? A brand is a system, a belief system, a culture. You can put a lot of words to it, but basically it is power. It is power, my friend, and a very good power that you can harness for the good of humankind and the good of spreading good messages and good word and good things and good shit. Okay, so good things, guys. I think this is going to be really exciting. We're going to keep the Lab Rat Dailies, like I said in the episode before, under 15 minutes because that's where I kind of keep you. Good things. Charity water campaign is still going on. I want to remind you again that there's people out there who do not have the privilege of just walking down to their tap and filling it up, and I'm super spoiled because I have this reverse osmosis water filter, and they don't even have tap water. So if you I don't know, that just blows my mind that people don't have clean water. Let's help them. Let's raise money in the name of our wedding happening later on this year. We only have a couple more days to raise this money. All of your money, all of the proceeds go to them. There's no fees, there's no crap like that. 100% goes to the people that need water, and already 8 people are going to be receiving water with the donations that you guys have put in, and I want to thank you for doing that. If we don't reach our goal, that's fine, but I really think that we can, but I need your help, okay? I need your help, so we need your help. So good things, guys. We'll see you next time here on the Lab Rat Dailies. Subscribe to the channel if you like this stuff. Every single day we're putting out content and helping content creators create better content. Okay, so good things. Like this video if you did, really, seriously. Because if you don't like it and you just watch, it doesn't help the channel. It doesn't help other people see the message too, okay? So if anything, if you have a creation story, I want you to share it in the comments. Keep it condensed, right? Give me the condensed version, but share your creation story down in the comments below. I can't wait to read them, and I'll see you in there. All right. Once again, my name is Megan, reminding you to get in the lab. And we'll see you next time here on the Lab Rat Dailies. Peace out. Kept it under 15, just under 15. I just made it. Too much rambling.